All right, hello people. My name is Seun Odewale and I'm a sales and growth specialist. Okay, so here today I want to talk about how you can 10x your sales. Your personal sales. Oftentimes when people talk about sales, they talk about sales as being convincing people to buy a product. But here today I want to help you to understand that sales is not convincing people. Actually, sales is communicating value, right? Sales is you intentionally communicating the value of your product or services or value about yourself to your prospective customers, right? And then when you are communicating value, I need us to understand that there are basically two types of value. There is a perceived value and there is an actual value, and these form a perception. Therefore we can say that perception is a function of the perceived value and the actual value, because each time that you have interaction with a customer, they have a perception about you, and it is this perception that helps them to make an informed decision and then buy, right? So you then ask me, oh guy, how can I then sell if perception is all that I need to do to sell? I mean, show my customer what value that I have that can help them make an informed decision. Don't forget that you are not just showing them the value, you are communicating the value, because sales does not happen when there is an exchange of transaction or money. Sales commences the moment there is a contact, because the customer begins to assess you for the value and not just have given you 10 naira or 20 naira. That's been understood. You want to ask me then that what do I need to do to sell? How do I sell? Myself, whether you're selling yourself or you're selling the product or a service. Yes, you sell yourself because the customer would have bought you before he eventually buys your product. I mean, if the customer does not trust you, he cannot buy from you. So while you are selling, the first thing that you want to do in sales is that you want to tell a story. You want to tell a very good and persuasive story about your product or your service. What is your product about? What are you doing? What is that simple line statement that that you can tell? What is that thing, that story behind that product that you're buying? For instance, my name is Seun, right? And what I do is I help businesses to grow. I help them plan strategies using team-oriented approach to help them achieve results. That's what I do. So what do? You need to craft a very simple statement that tells the audience a story about the problem that you are solving. Number two thing is that you need to listen. You need to understand the customer needs. You need to understand what people actually need, and then you craft the solution for them. For instance, I've met a number of people in my life, and the reason why we are still in relationship today is because they value what I have shared with them. I mean, they can see a value. They can see the value that I possess. They are not just, we're not just friends because, this guy has money or this guy has a network of people. But because each time that we sit down together to talk, they can see the value. Well, sometimes ago, I was selling chips, and I've cited this example many times and times again, right? And at this time, each time I go to a store to sell my plantain chips, I don't sell plantain chips to them. Rather, I sell the value that I have. And then it is at the long run that many of them then realize that, guy, what actually brought you here is not the conversation that we're having about my business, but about the chips that you have. And this helps them. If you can, it helps them to make an informed decision, because if you can sell, tell me what to do about my business and it works, share strategies with me and it works, then your plantain chips is going to be a very great one, because you must have put a lot of thoughts process into that and then producing it. So it's definitely about you communicating, one, telling a story about the product that you want to sell. Tell a very persuasive story. Number two, listen to your audience. Listen to them by sharing feedbacks. By receiving feedbacks from them and implementing these feedbacks that they have shared with you. Number three is that you need to continue to receive inquiry and attend to those inquiries, because it is in the inquiries that you begin to filter the audience that you have, because you are providing answers to questions that this category of people are asking you. And of course, the follow-ups will then help you to address their needs and then provide solutions to them. Number four, which is the very most essential process in sales, is that you must have clear process. And this process must be very simple. It must be seamless. How easy is it for a customer to buy from you? How easy is it for the customer to move from point A to point B within your sales funnel? How long does it take them? How long does it take you to even deliver the product that they have bought from you? Right? Are you the kind of person that after the customer has purchased from you, you just disappear? That should not be the case, because I have mentioned earlier that the sales process does not begin when there is an exchange of transaction. The sales process begins the moment you contact your audience, right? And then after they have purchased, that means when they have parted away with their finances, then there is a process that we call after sales that helps you to both satisfy the customer and also drive what we call customer retention and repeat purchases. You don't want to leave out that in your sales process, because this is going to help you to sell and sell. All right, thank you for listening to me, and then see you on the next. Bye now.